At the same time as the ravens plotted with the clays, across the city of Godricshall, at the Lightstone compound, Stewart sat before his father, the famous High Lord Lucius Lightstone. "Father, I swear to you what I said was true. I testified only to what I saw with my own 2 eyes, just as you've taught me to do." The High Lord Lightstone stroked his big black beard as he considered his obedient son's words. "I do not doubt you, Stewie. I only marvel at the situation. To think, Nathan Hayfield survived a death blow to the head and came back to the academy only to return the favor. If the headmaster hadn't tried to expel him, I'd bet he still would have left. That cocky little rascal. Ha! That's my kind of warrior." The High Lord launched into one of his well-known bouts of bellowing laughter as his son smiled. Finally, the High Lord sipped from a goblet of wine and cleared his throat. "Seems we underestimated House Hayfield. Nathan has hidden his significant strength well. I wonder how well." "As do I, Father. However, I worry that, as his witness, although I did the right thing, I've implicated us in this mess. I'm afraid House Raven might suspect our involvement, or even wonder if we're backing House Hayfield." The High Lord set down his goblet and grew serious. A grave look that Stewart had only witnessed a few times in his life crossed his father's face. It was a look that told him why his father, who was typically a bombastic, good-natured fellow, was indeed a High Lord. "Let them squirm. House Raven can ponder all they wish, but I won't lose any sleep over it, and neither should you. You just said what you saw. Be happy that you did the honorable thing, and forget it." The High Lord Lightstone passed over his goblet to his son and urged him to take a swig. "Yes, Father." Stewart drank a sip, then coughed violently as his face turned green. The High Lord's bellowing laughter echoed out throughout the halls. At dawn, the first rays of light hit the straw-thatched roofs of Godricshall City. The dark stone walls of the Duke's castle reflected a golden hue in the sun. Nathan basked in the warmth of the morning as he ran through the streets of the city. Nathan had already packed up his things and intended to travel home to Dunshire with Baelor this afternoon. But for now, he planned on squeezing in a training session, since he was desperate to level up his skills and improve his physical body as quickly as possible. As Nathan huffed over to the grand city gates, he saw a figure already standing there, waiting for him. Immediately, Nathan crouched into a fighting stance, but relaxed as Stewart Lightstone stepped out of the shadows into the sun and held out his hand. "Looks like the rumors were right. You run here every morning as the sun rises." Nathan couldn't help but think of how hard he used to train in his past life. Compared to then, his morning routine was nothing. Still, one had to be patient when building up from scratch. Nathan shook Stewart's hand and smiled. "You know my training schedule well. Were you waiting here for me?" "My father has a lot of eyes in this city, as you can imagine. I was worried I would miss you before you departed." Nathan raised his eyebrows. "Well, you found me. What do you wish to discuss?" "I know you intend to return to your father's hamlet, but I'd like to ask you to stay here." "You want me to stay in Godricshall? After everything that's happened?" Nathan was intrigued. Other than Baelor, Nathan had never really had a close relationship with anyone at the academy. Stewart's interest in him was unexpected. "Why not? The Academy of the Mystic Blades will feel rather dull without you around. Besides, I could use a sparring partner who knows how to actually handle himself." Nathan laughed. "I appreciate your kind words, but I'm afraid you'd be the only one at the academy who'd wish for my return." Stewart smiled. He was beginning to take a real liking to this new Nathan. "Figured I might as well try to talk you into it. I'm sorry I didn't speak up sooner. I underestimated you, just like everyone else did." Nathan patted his new friend on the shoulder. "Young Lord Lightstone, you are too humble. I would not be here now if it weren't for your words. I will forever be in your debt for that." "Think nothing of it. I merely spoke the truth, and, somehow, I doubt you'd go down as easily as they anticipated. I'm glad you didn't have to, but a fight with those guards would have been something to see." "You're an honorable man, steward. I will leave today, but look for me in 3 years when the spiritual fighting and nobility examinations begin. I hope to see you there." "And you as well, Nathan. I cannot wait to see how far your strength will have grown. Until that time, I bid you farewell. Good luck, and stay vigilant. There are few houses as friendly toward yours as mine." With that, Stewart turned back into the shadows of an alleyway and disappeared. Nathan thought about his new friend's words and started running again. In the afternoon, Nathan and Baelor grabbed their bags and headed toward the gates of the city, occasionally stopping at a market or stall to grab trinkets, sweets, and other gifts for their family members back home. Godricshall was 100 times the size of the hamlet of Dunshire, so they made sure to buy little luxuries one could not find in the countryside. Although the Hayfield family was on the edge of ruin, they still had the means to purchase gifts for each other, and did so often when they traveled. Nathan sought out sweet buns made in a swirl-shaped fashion that he knew his sister Amelia adored. He was lucky, for there were only 2 left in the stall when he got there. For his father, he found a detailed map of the entire kingdom of Calandria. It even included the edges of a few neighboring kingdoms that Ulrich had never known of before. As Nathan and Baelor left the shop, they marveled at the map and pondered what mysteries might lie outside of it. Soon after, Baelor quickly found a few pieces of pottery and exotic dried meats to bring to his father. By noon, the 2 boys rode on horseback, making their way past the city gates and into the countryside. As Nathan rode on the cobblestone path through rolling hills and narrow valleys, he soon noticed Baelor's anxious looks. "Relax, Baelor. We're in no danger here." "How can you say that, Nathan? We barely made it out of the academy with our lives. A house clay assassin could be around any corner." "I highly doubt that, my friend. No, this will simply be a nice ride in the sun." "How can you be so sure?" "The Lightstones, Baelor. Whether it's true or not, House Raven and the Clays are worried that we have their backing. Any move now could spell disaster for their houses. No, their plots will be smarter than that. I have no doubt they're working on them, but we have time to breathe." As the 2 boys reached a hilltop, they spied the humble outlines of the hamlet of Dunshire. Acres of open farmland on either side of a quiet brook. The Hayfield medicinal herb garden by the edge of a pond on the edge of town. A few straw-thatched houses dotting the landscape around the Hayfield manor. Nathan smiled as Baelor finally relaxed. "Home at last." As they rode into town, Nathan turned to Baelor. "We should part ways here. Best you return to your father quickly and tell him all that's happened." "I'm sure he's heard by now, but thanks again, Nathan. I owe you my life." "Think nothing of it, my friend. Heavens keep you safe." With that, Baelor trotted off toward his home, a large house on the opposite side of the stream. Nathan turned and made his way to the Hayfield manor. As he rode past the thatched houses and farmland, his father's workers looked up from their work to greet him.
"Young Master Nathan, it's good to see you back in town. Heard you taught the Clays a lesson. Good for you, lad."
As Nathan approached the manor, Hilda Moonweaver appeared seemingly out of nowhere with another basket of buns. Clearly, she was on her way over to the Hayfield household to snuff out the latest hint of gossip.
"My little Lord Hayfield, what a pleasant surprise running into you this fine day. Look at you. Not a scratch to be seen. Tell me now, did you really strike down the Clay boy, as they say? What about the Lightstones? Did you make some sort of alliance with them? No pressure now, lad. Just curious is all.
Before Nathan formed a response, his father, Ulrich, approached with a few of his guards. "Enough pestering now. My son must be exhausted."
"But of course, Lord Hayfield. I merely wish to check in on his health."
As Hilda retreated to a distance, still in hearing range, Ulrich helped his son off his horse and embraced him. Nathan beamed as his father hugged him. He pulled away only when he heard another familiar voice.
"Nathan!"
Amelia ran from the manor toward her brother and hugged him tight. Ulrich handed the mount's reins to the family steward, old Billy Hayfield, who'd served as Ulrich's right-hand man since he was a boy. Amelia licked her finger and brushed down her brother's hair as he playfully protested.
"Hold still, come on. A celebrated warrior can't sport a cowlick at his victory celebration." "Stop it, Amelia. Please, my hair is fine as is. I've been riding all day."
Ulrich let out a sigh of relief as he watched his children. Ever since Nathan had left for the academy, Ulrich and Amelia had waited for word and dreaded what they might hear. Both of them prayed to the heavens daily that Nathan would return to them unharmed, but never in their wildest dreams could they have imagined the tale that spread across the kingdom about Nathan.
"Father, sister, look, I brought both of you presents from the big city."
Nathan used his gifts as an excuse to get away from his older sister's coddling in public. All of them stared at the sacks on the back of the horse's saddle as old Billy unhooked them.
"I'll show them to you both later. Even got a few things for you, old Billy."
"A gift for me? Young master's return is a gift in itself."
"Nonsense. You've looked after us our entire lives. The least I could do is get you something you'd like."
Nathan pointed to a smaller sack that old Billy opened. Inside of it was an ornate silver flute. "Oh, thank you, Nathan. How did you know?" Ulrich raised an eyebrow.
"Old Billy, I never knew you played the flute."
"Well, I don't, but I've always wanted to try. Young Nathan here must have remembered." Nathan grinned.
"Go ahead and try it if you like."
Screech, screech, screech. Old Billy tried to play the flute, but unfortunately the man had no natural talent for it, and the sounds that came out reminded all of them of a cat dying more than any musical tune. Ulrich turned to Nathan and whispered at his son as old Billy continued to play. "Some gift you got there. Seems to me it's more of a curse. I don't think old Billy will be leaving us for the Bard College any time soon."
Come on, Father. Look how happy he is. He's been with us for ages, through bad times and worse times. He's earned this. Besides, it has its benefits."
As they spoke, old Billy grinned at Amelia, overjoyed with his instrument. "What do you think, my Lady Hayfield?"
"It's splendid, Billy. I'm sure it'll only grow more splendid with practice."
"If my lady enjoys it, I'll play all day long."
"Ugh!"
Hilda Moonweaver couldn't take the noises any longer. She disappeared from her hiding place back into the village as old Billy played his horrible tune once more. Ulrich saw Hilda leave and chuckled as he patted his son's back. "As usual, you're right beyond your years. Come on, let's go inside and leave old Billy to practice whatever it is he's trying to play."